Hey, what's going on guys? Wuffins here, back with another World Box video. In today's video, we have 4 different species: humans, orcs, elves, and dwarves. And we are going to see which will survive the all-out war after 500 years. At the 500-year mark, the barriers will fall and the last species standing wins. Hope you enjoy the video, and let's get on with it. That was the map, now let's go over each species. Let's start with the humans. The humans live in the lemon biome and have 4 traits: attractive, fragile, long liver, and fertile. This allows them to reproduce quickly and outpopulate the other species, but they will have lower HP. Next up are the elves. The elves are living in the grass biome and have the following 4 traits: eagle-eyed, peaceful, soft skin, and lucky. The elves have high accuracy and critical hit chance, but will never wage war first and have lower armor than the rest. Next up, the dwarves. The dwarves live in the maple biome and have 4 traits: moonchild, agile, miner, and fast. The dwarves will excel at speed and mining, while also being smaller than the other competitors. Finally, we have the orcs. The orcs live in the clover biome and are strong, fat, clumsy, and have hard skin. They are large, slow, and strong, however they have a shorter lifespan than all the other species. With all the introductions done, let's get into the first 500 years of population growth. To wrap up with 500 years, here's some of the takeaways I found. Human population was very low during the whole 500 years, and I believe that this is because the humans had a small number of villages. With each village capped at a certain population, they couldn't grow past over like 200, and it ended up leaving them very far behind. I also think that this is the same issue that happened to the dwarves, where they just didn't have enough villages to sustain their population. The elves ended up actually having the highest population, partly because the orcs had a shortened lifespan, so anyone that was living was only living for about half as long as an elf could, and also because the elves had the lucky trait, which allowed them to produce way more offspring. Dwarves taking down the elves, even though at a serious numbers disadvantage. Now it looks like the elves are kind of forced back. Everyone still hates each other, yeah. Do these wars resolve? Dwarves started out with 200 population, now they're at 500. Humans kind of just not not in it to win it. They only were at 100 population the whole time. They really couldn't. They weren't expanding. I have some theories on why that didn't happen, but now it looks like it's gonna be dwarves versus orcs for all the remaining land. I don't know who's gonna win. It's looking like dwarves taking some land from orcs, and kind of the elves kind of just riding it out. They haven't really gotten any captured. Orcs looking to recapture. They succeed. Um, Another push in by the dwarves on the elves, killed their king, new king. But they really don't have any capture progress. That's kind of what is really needs to be desired, is kind of taking the last of the elves' land. I'll bring the speed up to times 10. I'll keep it at times 20. And we see as the dwarves ever so close to taking down the elves, but just can't secure it every time. And they finally secured it. Last two wars, and I'll slow it down. Kind of looks like the dwarves were gonna get up and take a lot of land. They were up 200 population, but they just lost. Where the elves just where they lost 200 population from that invasion. And it's really about taking more lands. Looking at the wars right now, they're both attacking each other, and so they need to go more on the offensive. Even though, yeah, blue's definitely looking better on both sides. It's you just need to take the land. Errol needs to take the land back from the Rosettes. And if we don't see that, then it will probably be the end of the line for the dwarves. And we lose capture progress yet again. The dwarves really can't follow through. Actually, gonna kick the speed up to 10. Let's see. Okay, dwarves taking more land, up a twice as much population, but really they have a tough time keeping that land. They constantly get retaken. I think they need to mobilize their navy more, their boats. Look at how many boats they have. They're not. These guys are stuck on the outside. I get that. Why they can't put these guys in the middle? Load them up with troops and send them all over. Still looking like definitely very winning for the dwarves. They're still growing in population while the orcs are decreasing in population. But it was not my bet. I thought that it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be the elves. I didn't think it was gonna be the dwarves. The elves were up 900 population. Dwarves are down at 200. They took 90% of the elves' land, took half their population, got up to 600, kind of where they're sitting right now. Humans kind of were destined to lose. I don't know. They just, they had all the perks to keep building population. They never grew past like 200. But now again, we're seeing the dwarves kind of struggle to keep the land. And really, as we kind of, I'm gonna split it up to 20 just to see if anything happens, because they're kind of at a standstill right now. And there we go. That's what I was saying with the boat invasion. Look at all these people coming in off their boats. Big take of land. Kind of win over. If they can just keep, have a little pinch here. Take this side land. Take a little bit more of this mainland. They just need to keep mobilizing the boats, sending over an army. But it's like 26 army on the orcs and a 206 army on the dwarves. They have more army than their opponent's population, and they're not pushing in to take land. They're kind of stuck in this like landlocked position where someone's writing a new book. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take grenade and I'm gonna blow up this area. Blow up this area. And we'll open up the water on both sides. And let's see how quickly, yeah, it kind of all crumbles. And I guess, yeah. Oh, what is happening? Gazrog is getting taken over. I don't know what just happened. Um, Gazrog plays 0 people in there, neutral. Weird. Um,
But looking like a solid win for the dwarves. Um, as they kind of take this final stretch here. 9 population left on the orcs. The orcs still fighting back though. They're not letting this land go easily, even though they're outnumbered 100 to 1. The king is keeping the enemies at bay. And we'll kind of watch as, yeah, the whole kingdom's destroyed. It's all more houses, and the final fights are going to take place. Actually, king is dead. Kind of one more king really to see if they can save it, and he's dead. Land goes the dwarves, and you have the winner. They lived in harmony, lived separated from each other by these walls ish, kind of, to patch them for 500 years, and it only took 100 for the dwarves to win it all. Unlikely winners. I would have thought it would have been the elves, would have thought it would have been the orcs because they were stronger. Elves were very accurate and had high critical chance. The dwarves really only started with the ability to mine. I guess they got good armor. They could mine. They were fast. And I guess in sieging a land or taking something, being able to have good armor, being able to be strong in weapons, and being able to take a whole island very quickly is
That's gonna be
desirable.
the end of the video. If you like the Worldbox content, the playlist with 5 episodes of my last series will be linked in the description. And any other stuff you want to look at on the channel, I've been doing Dome Keeper. I had an old Terraria series. I played Lego Marvel Superheroes. Any of that, just check the channel. Please, if you would like, subscribe, comment anything that you want me to do differently or what you liked. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.